All right, and good evening to everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning to everyone, wherever you are, whatever part of the world you're tuning in into this live program of Musaijan.io. We would like to greet you and we would like to thank you for tuning with us tonight here in our very very exciting show, no. So today we have a very very exciting topic. So but before that, I would like to ask everyone in the show right now who's watching us to kindly type in the comment section what place you are from or where you are from, so that we can actually do some shout outs later. So yan, maraming maraming salamat sa inyo, and without further ado, I would like to call on stage our guest for tonight. Our guest for tonight, by the way, is none other than the president and, of course, a CEO and co-founder of CoinVault PH. He has several years of experience in business development, from ventures in retail and e-commerce, of course, and also food, graphic design, and more. And he's a long-term Web3 investor, so he's investing in Web3 projects. And of course, he wanted to become a lifelong learner and also a Bitcoin advocate and lover. So without further ado, allow me to call on stage Mr. Mike Biag of CoinVault PH. Good evening, sir. Hello,
Everyone,
hello.
good eve. Am I muted now? No, not anymore. Hello, everyone. Good
We
evening.
can hear
Thank
you.
you
Yes.
so much for the introduction, James of the Resistance Trader. Maraming salamat for inviting me here. So shout out to Fermin of Musagan.io. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to tackle the topic right now. So to talk about security and its role in protecting you in the world of Web3. So
Yep.
happy.
Yep. So, nga, patagalin, ano, so that our viewers can actually, no, can actually learn from this session. No? Shout out to those who are, by the way, before we get actually started, allow me to do some shout outs to those who are watching right now with us. And shout out kay Tabo Nierienda from Zambia. So we have a Zambian who's listening to us right now. So shout out to you, bro. So we might be needing to speak more English, brother.
Yeah, done.
So yes. So we have this topic, very very interesting topic tonight. And without further ado, hindi natin patagalin. Let's have some ball rolling. I've noticed, since I've been following CoinVault PH for quite some time now, and of course you yourself, Mr. Biag, that you are actually fond or using this popular quote in the industry. No, this popular quote goes by, "Not your keys, not your crypto." Now, I understand you use this phrase very often in your
Right.
contents, in your pages, you yourself when you speak publicly. All right.
Correct.
So having said that, I would like to ask, can you tell us more, or tell a story about this saying? What's behind this saying?
So not your keys, not your crypto. It's one of my favorite sayings in the industry. And why? Because it has a significant effect on how you should look at your investment. So what is not your keys, not your crypto? Where do we see this? We see this quote every time there's bad news in the market. You see people tweeting about it. You see people posting about it on Facebook when a company, when a notable person gets hacked. It's usually attached to a negative connotation. Sorry to say, but what are keys? Not everyone is aware of keys. So why do they say not your keys, not your crypto? Let's go back to the basics and to discuss not your keys, not your crypto. So, guys, when you discovered blockchain, when you started your cryptocurrency investing journey, one of the first steps, if not the actual first step, apart from learning, is to create your own cryptocurrency wallet because that's where you'll be storing your investments. So here's the thing: when you create a cryptocurrency wallet, it will automatically generate two keys. Listen to me here. Two keys will be generated automatically when you create your cryptocurrency wallet. The first key would be your public key. The public key is a publicly viewable cryptocurrency address. Think of the public key as your bank account number. Anyone who has your public key, like your bank account number, can send money to your account. So this is the jumble of alphanumeric code that we see that we copy and paste when we're sending ourselves money, when we're sending other people money, when we're sending stablecoin, Bitcoin, whatever type of cryptocurrency to another person or to our own account. That is the public key. So just another reminder, your public key is your bank account number. And the other key, the second one, is called your private key. The private key is automatically generated as well, but it is not publicly viewable. It is like in comparison to the bank account number of the public key, the private key will be like your PIN code. Anyone who knows the private key of your account can withdraw money from your cryptocurrency wallet. So, public key, private key. The private key naman is a string of 250 alphanumeric characters. So it's kind of hard compared to your bank account, which is like 6 digits. It's kind of hard to memorize your private key. So your private key is encoded into words. It comes in the form of a 12 or 24 word seed phrase. So that's what we write down. And I'm sure you guys are familiar with the seed phrase. You've written down a seed phrase, but not all the time. So therein lies the question. When you're not given a seed phrase, when you generate the crypto wallet, that means that you are not the one holding your private keys, the private keys to your wallet. There are reasons behind this. There are pros and cons, but that's a topic for another discussion. It would be a discussion about custody or custodia. Who holds your private keys?
I see, I see. Okay. That was a very, very wonderful explanation that you have there. But before I do some follow-up questions, bro, I'd like to also acknowledge the presence of the host, the actual host of this show. We are co-hosting with me for Musaijan.io, of course, Mr. Fermin Barrenechea. Hello, hello.
Good
Hello,
evening.
hello. Hi, Mike. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, loud and
Can you
clear.
hear me? Yeah. Sorry I'm at daddy duty. So sabi ko, humiwalay muna ako doon sa grupo while waiting for my daughter. Thank you again for accepting the invitation, Mike. And I think I heard your opening salvo. So clearly, security, wallet security is very crucial, especially given the fact that the values of the assets are increasing. I mean, maybe at the moment it's not yet there, but at some point in time, depending on which assets you have, we're pretty confident that they will see some upside. And so, what better way to protect it than by having your own custody of your crypto assets?
Yes, yes, that's actually correct for me, no? So, yes, hello, hello to everyone. Ayan, shout out dun sa mga nakikinig at nanonood sa atin right now. So we have actually some guests coming from
Hello, everyone.
other nation, from like Zambia, for example. So, yeah, shout out to Miss Di, shout out to Ron, shout out to Carmel. Hello, hello, hello. So yeah, welcome guys, welcome to the show. So again, we are talking right now for those who just tuned in. We're talking about cryptocurrency wallets, particularly security in the modern day age of cryptocurrency, blockchain, and of course we are talking about Web3. Now, bro, allow me to just have a follow-up question with question number one, if it's okay. Since you mentioned a while ago, not your keys, not your crypto, so you mentioned about the private key, the public key. Is it safe to say, is it correct to equate that the private key is also equivalent to your wallet address?
It is the key to your wallet
Yeah,
address. Your private key
yeah,
will give you
okay.
access to your wallet, right?
Yeah, yeah. So this is the one. No, I mean the public key rather. The public key yeah, yeah, your wallet address. This is the one that you showed to the public so that we'll be able to receive cryptocurrency from senders, like, so that's how it work, no? Ganun siya nagwo-work.
Absolutely.
So you share your public key to the people you wanted to have payment for you, or to have money transfer with you, and then you'll be able to receive it on your crypto wallet. Tama?
Right.
Okay. Sige. So having said that, let's proceed to the next question. I hope but I hope I was able to shed light to some of our viewers who might be asking this question. Ano? So, but for the next question, allow me to ask, since we established that private keys are pivotal to security of your portfolio, can you share some tips on how to take care of your private key? Saan ba dapat ilalagay ang private key? Nakasulat ba dapat sa tissue or
Right.
what not?
Right.
Right.
So, guys, the general rule in taking care of your private keys, what I want to share to what we share to our audience is really to guard it with your life. Wow, to guard it with your life. But your private keys are that they're the key to your cryptocurrency wallet. So there are some there are a lot of practices that you can do to keep them safe, but generally I'll discuss some. So when you're shown your private key, the 12 or 24 words, follow me here. So the private key is coined as sometimes your seed phrase, your mnemonic phrase, your recovery phrase. That's kind of all the same. Those are your private keys. So one of the best practices would be, it's kind of ironic because we're in the digital world, but one of the best practices of taking care of your private keys is to write them down traditionally on a piece of paper. Don't leave any digital print of your private keys. Don't take photos of your private keys. Don't leave them on the notes of your phone, on the notes of your laptop. Don't keep an online file containing your private keys. Why? Because you're not sure if your device is safe to start with before your cryptocurrency journey. But of course, not everyone uses or is subscribed to premium antivirus. So you wouldn't know if you've been hacked beforehand, if someone else has had access to your device beforehand. So don't store your private keys. Don't leave a digital print of your private keys. Don't take photos of your private keys. We allow the apps that we download. Remember, everyone, whenever you download an app, it will show you a prompt: allow to use camera, allow to use microphone, allow app to have access to your gallery. And if you have a photo of your private key in your gallery, then you're basically exposing the your private key to whoever has access, or whoever are the developers of the app that has access to your gallery. Those are some of the best practices. Also, of course, it's written down in a piece of paper. Traditionally, you have to keep that piece of paper safe because the wallet will only show you the private key once. You have to take note of the spelling, the arrangement of words, and keep that piece of paper where you've written your private keys safe, away from fire, away from floods. Create multiple copies, keep them in different, several different safe locations. So those are some. There are many, but really, to give you guys an idea of how to take care of your private keys, is just guard it. Just guard it with your life. Really, that's a quote on my end.
Yeah, thank
Thanks for that,
you,
Mike.
Sir
And
Mike. No?
yeah, I was about to say, I think Mike's analogy earlier of comparing it to your bank account and your PIN is very accurate. If somebody wanted to deposit to your bank account, it's okay to give them your account details, but you're certainly never going to divulge your PIN. And so it's not to oversimplify, but I think Mike's point is really, really important to keep in mind. The private key is really something, I mean, That's why it's called the private key, diba? There's a distinction between the private key and the public key. The reason why it's called private is it's supposed to be, in theory, known only to you or to people that you are comfortable sharing that secret with. That's why it's called the private key.
Correct, correct.
All right. Thank you, Sir Fermin, for your input. So now, siguro, let's proceed to to the next question. But of course, allow me to give some very may nabasa ako. I've read something in the comment section. Sabi it's like your brief daw. So your private keys is like your underwear. You don't show it to
Really,
everyone.
correct.
Yeah. Right. All
Okay.
right. Yes. So let's go. Let's go on and the next question. Let's go. Let's move forward. There's a third question here. Can you talk more about the types of private key custody? Kasi, 'di ba, there you mentioned a while ago private key and there's of course types of key custody that might be able to help our viewers and listeners.
Correct, correct. So thank you for that. So as I mentioned a while ago, there are generally three types of cryptocurrency, private key, custody. So going back, custody or custodia by the word means who has ownership of custody. So when we're talking about crypto private key custody, we're talking about who manages or who has access to or who owns technically owns the private keys to your wallet. So I mentioned three. Let's tackle them. Let's make it really, really simple, easy to understand, not so technical. So the first type of custody I'd like to discuss would be called third party custody. So third party custody in crypto is when someone else or or an entity or a company is holding the private keys to your cryptocurrency wallet. These are the people or institutions who can hold your private keys, even though taking care of private keys is not their primary expertise. The best example of a third a third party custody would be cryptocurrency exchanges or centralized cryptocurrency exchanges. That would be Binance, that would be Coinbase, that would be KuCoin. Because follow me here, when we create a wallet, again, um, when we're delivered the private keys, we will receive 12 or 24 words. But if you remember when you created your Binance wallet, when you created your Coinbase wallet, you were given a public key, but you never had to write down your seed phrase. You just created a wallet, and then you can now transact using your public key. There, are, of course, reasons behind this. Having for the exchange having your private key is really more convenient, especially for trading, for the exchange to have access to your private keys. But it is convenient. It's just not the safest. For example, um, when you create an exchange wallet, so basically the exchange, the real owner of your private keys, it's more vulnerable now or to attacks because you don't have the responsibility of keeping your private keys. So, for example, if an exchange is hacked, if an exchange, let's say, goes down, your funds go down with it because you don't have access to your private keys. For example, there are situations posted when the best example would be FTX really when there was bad news regarding the exchange when the exchange was losing liquidity. People were taking their assets out of the exchange, but there was point wherein the exchange suspended withdrawals. Why do they have the capability to suspend withdrawals of your cryptocurrency from the exchange? It's because they have your technically your PIN code or your private keys. So that is a that's one of the negatives really if of not taking care of your private keys. When it's stored in an exchange, it is vulnerable to hackers because, of course, when you're a hacker group, you put your efforts into targeting somewhere where you'll get the most out of your efforts. That's an exchange. That's where everyone's money is in. That's where everyone's private keys are in. Also, another reason would be of the cons of third party custodies with regards to exchanges, and because exchanges are run by human beings. That's a fact. So it's quite unfortunate that some human beings that run exchanges are corruptible. For example, there's an exchange in Africa. It was called AfriCrypt, the AfriCrypt exchange. Medyo matagal na news na to, guys. I don't know if you still remember it. So exchange sila, and then suddenly one day nawala na sila sa office nila, tinakbo na nila lahat ng funds that are that are under that are deposited sa exchange nila. So that's a little about third party custody. There's another institution, there's another company that holds your private keys. Another example would be joint custody. Joint custody is when it's not only you who has access to your private keys. Usually you share this with someone you trust or with partners. For example, you create a cryptocurrency wallet and you share the private key with your, let's say, significant other, with your girlfriend, with your boyfriend, or someone you trust. Or you pool funds for investments together with your friends, together with your partners. You create a wallet, sabay-sabay kayo, pag-iipunin niyo yung pera niyo and you invest in a coin. Of course, everyone who had a stake in that investment should have an access to the private key. So that's joint custody. It's really good. So of course, not only one person has control over the wallet, but again, I have to say, humans are quite corruptible. That's the cons naman of having joint custody. One day, alam niyo, yun, you fought with your friend, you had a disagreement with regards to investment, with regards to the direction of your funds, and then snap. Oh, someone withdrew all the funds from the account. So that the cons naman with joint custody. And lastly naman, there is self custody. So ayun, I'll stop here. Baka naman information overload naman, guys. Do you have any naman questions regarding the two types of custodies discussed beforehand?
Me, I'm all good. I have no question, but I would like to just read some of the comments, no? Because yeah, sabi nga dito, yung daw pagka si Mrs. Matic daw ang joint custody or else. Ay,
Mati.
matic daw kay Mrs. ang joint custody. Anyway, kidding aside, it's a very, very insightful sharing that you were mentioning a while ago about the types of custody. Then you stop on the self-custody, but I believe personally, this is actually the one of the most important thing that people should know and learn how to do self-custody.
Right.
I
So
think to add to that, James, one of the examples Mike mentioned earlier, also FTX. Remember, Mike and James, one of the things that happened at FTX was they found out later on that basically the funds were quote unquote lent to Alameda Research. And one reason he was able to do that is precisely because he's controlling the private keys. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been able to do that. So again,
right,
that
correct.
just underscores what Mike had mentioned earlier about the importance of having control of your private keys. And that's why the last point, which both Mike and James made the reference to self custody, which literally means you're the one guarding your
Right.
private keys by yourself, not with anybody else, not with any third party. So theoretically, the safest.
Thank you for the absolutely right. So now talking about self custody, and thanks for Fermin for that, because I reiterate, self custody is when you and you alone hold the private keys to your cryptocurrency wallet, means which means you and you alone can withdraw and control the flow of money towards from your cryptocurrency wallet. So self custodial wallet or self custody. So you remember, guys, every time that all of the times that you when you created a cryptocurrency wallet, that the second step was writing down your private key. So just giving you a visual example of what is a self custodial wallet. So there are two types of wallets that offer generally two types of wallets that offer self custody. These are your hot wallets or and your cold wallets or hardware wallets. So what is a hot wallet? A hot wallet is a wallet that offers self custody but is constantly connected to the internet. For example, for an example of a hot wallet would be MetaMask, would be Ronin, or would be any crypto wallet mobile app like Exodus or coins.ph or Abra. So when you created when you for example when you create a MetaMask wallet, right, you will there's a prompt that will tell you to write down your seed phrase. So that's the sign, that's one of the first signs pointing towards wallets that have self custody. So hot wallets are very secure. They're extremely secure, really. But pero the fact that they're constantly connected sa internet means that hacking is still quite possible. There's also I've learned this from Web3 Philippines that there's also something called human hacking. It's not necessarily just hacking your device, human hacking, or also, let's say, or scams or other types of underhand tactics that people use for to get to your wallet. But compared to cold wallets that we will be discussing later, hot wallets, yes, they're secure, yes, they're convenient, but ayun nga lang, they're constantly connected to the internet. So that's why siguro around 2 years ago or 1 or 2 years ago nung usong-uso pa si Axie, nasa hot wallets naman si assets natin, si Ronin, si MetaMask, pero for some reason there are still people na hack na nape-penetrate yung yung security ng wallet nila. Last naman, hot wallets again established, they offer self-custody, they're secure. What's a cold wallet naman, di ba? Hot and cold. A cold wallet naman is a wallet that offers self-custody but is completely disconnected to the internet. So, dyan pumapasok yung mga hardware wallet natin. Physical devices. They are physical devices that are, the technology is called air gap. They are air gap, completely disconnected to the internet. Some samples of hardware wallets are, well, the top two brands that we offer, Ledger and Trezor. I hope you guys are familiar. Yan yung mga leading brands na available sa amin sa CoinVault. So, when you transfer crypto sa hardware wallet, there's no way for someone else to get the private keys or to get your cryptocurrency or for you to get hacked unless nakawin nila yung physical hardware wallet mo. And even if that happens, so you were holding your hardware wallet on the street or nakasabit siya sa pants mo, and someone took it from you, your hardware wallets have layers of security. One is the PIN code naman. So, really, kunin sa'yo yung hardware wallet mo and they don't input the PIN code correctly, that's 8 digits. They only have 3 attempts. The wallet will reformat. So, they won't have access to your private keys. But don't worry, your funds won't be gone kasi nga meron ka naman nung private keys. You kept them safe at home, hopefully. So, again, also naman, when your hardware wallet is connected to a PC or phone, the transaction signing, whenever you do signing transactions, will be done sa wallet mismo. So, kahit anong virus or malware meron yung PC or phone ninyo, hindi sila makaka-penetrate at makukuha yung private keys mo. So, kasi 'di ba, it's stored online. So, ayun naman, hardware wallets are fairly or very secure as long as you keep then your seed phrase safe. So, wala na si hardware wallet doon if pinicturean nyo or ma-post nyo sa Twitter yung private keys niyo, someone could still theoretically get access to your portfolio. So, ayun. That's a little about self-custody.
Thank you very much, Mike. So, to all of our listeners, we've had a very extensive discussion on the overview of cryptocurrency wallets, the differences between the hot and cold. And again, I think as Mike pointed out and the resistance trader also highlighted, there are pros and cons to both. It's not to say that one is better than the other. It really
Right.
boils down also to your objectives. So clearly, maybe if you were doing a lot of trading, you might not necessarily want to put it first on a hardware wallet because you're frequently moving the assets in and out. But if certainly there are assets, let's say like BTC, Ethereum, or assets which you really plan to have for a long term hold, then it is probably best to move it off the exchange and go towards a self custody solution.
Absolutely correct. Thank you for that. And yeah, just to add to that, of course, hardware wallets are fairly safe, but they're not really. I don't recommend them if you're an avid trader. I don't recommend you putting your assets there if you're an avid trader because you have to sign every transaction. So what if there's an opportunity to sell, but you don't have your hardware wallet with you, right? You left it at home. So there's where that's the convenience naman of hot wallets and let's say third party custody exchange wallets. Diba? Binance, you can buy and sell on the go just with your phone.
Yep, and that's right. So we've been talking about hardware wallet now, but for the benefit of those who are listening, I know you've been explaining a little about hardware wallets. Maybe we can expound more on this question: what hard wallet is, and how is it safer relatively being a hardware wallet. Na-explain mo na yung ano, yung features niya, 'di ba? So
Mm.
siguro let's just talk about what other features that does it have to help us protect from potential hackers.
So right. So well, really, primarily, it boils down to na-discuss na din natin kasi a while ago while we were talking. Hardware wallets keep your private keys or keep your investments offline. So that's really significant. That's a really significant factor when your investments are offline. Other than that, yun nga, hardware wallets, all that we carry naman, they offer layers of security. The first one is of course the PIN code. Para even though um, you lose it or someone takes it from you, you still feel safe kasi generally hindi naman nila may input yung 8-digit pin code mo when the hardware wallet is taken from you. There are also features like the ones sa Trezor. Um, you can create, let's say, fake wallets. So there's also cases kasi na people, in the United States, someone approaches them, unfortunately sometimes at gunpoint, di ba? So kinukuha yung hardware wallet nila. Hey, enter your seed phrase here. Enter your pin code. Enter your pin code here. Sorry. Yun yung sinasabi. Enter your pin code here at gunpoint. And then syempre, you enter the pin code. But with Trezor One, you can enter a different pin code and it will lead to a different wallet that you have, let's say, not much money in. So it's a safety feature na parang when you're forced. It's called, what's the term? $5 wrench attack. I think that's the term they use in Western countries. So you can use that when someone forces you to input the pin code to open your hardware wallet in front of them. There's a feature with Trezor naman na you can input a fake pin code and it will lead to a fake wallet, so you won't be exposing your your portfolio naman sa attacker. Couple of features naman. And then don't worry naman guys, if you store your investments in a hardware wallet. Let's say hulog mo siya somewhere nasira siya, nahulog mo sa beach, sa water. The chips malfunction. Your portfolio is still safe as long as as long as you kept your private key safe. So for example, you might be worried nasira yung hardware wallet ko, what's going to happen to my portfolio. So nasira si hardware wallet mo, you just buy another hardware wallet and input the seed phrase doon sa bago mong hardware wallet. Kasi to give context naman, when you're setting up a hardware wallet, it will ask you two questions eh. Generate a new wallet or recover an old wallet with your seed phrase. So ayun, yeah, when that happens, just recover your your funds using the seed phrase that hopefully you kept safe. So ayun.
All right. Thank you very much for that one, Mr. Mike. So we have some questions from the audience right now. Like Carmel de los Santos is asking. She has two questions. No, and I think this is a very, very good question to discuss further. Magkano daw ba or how much is a hardware wallet and where to buy legitimate? Because of course, as you mentioned, since this is a security thing, there are also counterfeit to hardware wallets or even non-counterfeit but intercepted wallets, for example, because of course we know that the wallet is a security tool. If it got intercepted, no, and the seed phrase was changed to a phrase, or yeah, the seed phrase is changed to a phrase or some phrases na ako, halimbawa ako yung nag-generate, so alam ko kung
Right.
I know I'm knowledgeable of this one, in-insert ko doon, tapos yun yung, di ba? So they wanted to know how much and where to buy the legitimate wallet. And then the second question, siguro para mapagkwentuhan na rin natin, ano daw ba yung magandang hardware wallet na gagamitin? What is the best hardware wallet to use?
Correct, correct. So thank you for that, Carmel. Am I right? Thank you for that. So where to get hardware wallets? Saan na ba so Coinvault PH, we import hardware wallets and then we sell them retail dito sa Philippines. How do we do
Ayan.
that? So we established an LLC and we have an office and a purchasing department dun sa, sa Los Angeles. So what we did was we talked to Ledger, talked to Trezor, partnered with them for bulk orders. And of course, shout out din sa isa pa naming supplier partner. The name is the Crypto Merchant. He is one of the biggest authorized dealers of several hardware wallet brands sa United States. So if you're tuning in, Mark, CEO of Crypto Merchant, thank you for partnering with CoinVault to help us with our supplies. So ayun, we source our products directly from Ledger, Trezor, and the biggest AD in United States. We import to the Philippines and then ayun, we sell them here. We have stores, we have a website. You can order through our Facebook. We have a Lazada shop, we have a Shopee shop. So we can meet you in any channel that that you favor naman and provide you with hardware wallets. So saan makakuha ng legit? Magkano? That was the other question. So hardware wallets range from depende. There are, of course, entry-level hardware wallets. There are mid-tier value for money. There are premium hardware wallets naman. Of course, different. It's not different levels of protection. It's more of features and depending sa kung saan sa credibility or sa kung gaano nakatagal si brand sa industry. So hardware wallets range from around entry level 3,000 to 5,000. Mid-tier hardware wallets that offer, of course, same security, safe na safe ang portfolio nyo. There are around 5 to 7,000. Meron tayong mga premium wallets na nasa upper tier, like Model T, 9OX, SecuX, mga nasa around sila, 10,000 upwards naman yung hardware wallet natin. There's several features na that make them that call for the premium price. For example na lang, entry level wallets just give you, of course, the security. There's also memory nung hardware wallet. How many cryptocurrencies can you really store it? As habang pa-premium ng pa-premium siya, the more cryptocurrencies you can store inside your hardware wallet and the more features naman you receive. And what's the best hardware wallet? That's a long conversation. Chat us really sa CoinVault para we would like to determine your requirements first or what's pinakabagay na hardware wallet for you kasi there's really not a best hardware wallet for everyone. No, the general best hardware wallet. There's a best hardware wallet for James. There's a best hardware wallet for Fermin. There's a best hardware wallet for me. So depende, are you on the go? Are you always at home? Ito ba yung gusto mong feature? Etc. etc. So, ayun. That's us. If you want to learn more, what's the best hardware wallet? Talk with us. CoinVault PH.
All
Thanks for
right.
that, Mike.
Thank you very much.
I think also to add to that is one of the determinants also in terms of choice of wallet is what's the coin that you want to store, because
Right,
there
right.
you will have instances that a particular coin, for example, is not compatible with Trezor, but it might be with the Ledger and vice versa.
Thank
And I
you.
think the other critical point that Mike mentioned, and which everybody should take note of, authorized reseller. And I think James made reference to this. You might find somebody selling, for example, you've heard already from Mike what the going rate is for the entry level, the mid tier, and the premium type of wallets. Then you might find, how come somebody selling on Lazada or Shopee, let's say at 1,000 pesos? And
Yeah, we've seen.
I can already tell you, everybody on this call can tell you, chances are that's already been compromised.
Right.
So
1,000
only
for
buy
premium, bro.
from authorized sellers.
Yeah. Yep, yep. Gulat ka na 1,000 for a premium wallet. So ikaw naman, gusto mo makatipid, kukunin mo, tapos nilagay mo yung 1 Bitcoin mo doon, ano? Good luck.
One again.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Mm.
catching that, Urban, because really, I'd just like to say that we've had competitors that are selling wallets at a price lower than what Trezor and Ledger or the brands themselves offer. How is that possible, right? So you're selling lower than the actual than the actual selling price of the brands. You have to import them here. You have marketing costs, etc., etc. So guys, naman, when you're when you are talking about the security of your investments, huwag tayo magtipid. Let's not go for the, let's say, the cheapest possible option kasi this is what we say in CoinVault naman. Security is an investment for your investments. So, ano ba naman ang mag-invest ka ng, let's say, 5,000, 7,000 for a hardware wallet to secure your portfolio worth 3, 5 million, even just 50,000, even 10,000. So, ayun, hindi naman siya requirement. You'll still be safe in exchanges, you'll still be safe in hot wallets. Pero if you're the type of person na talagang gusto mo peace of mind, complete sound peace of mind when you sleep, na paggising mo, hindi mo mababalitaan na na-hack na yung exchange mo, nawala na yung funds mo sa wallet. It's really, hardware wallet is for you. So it's a good investment.
All right. So may follow-up question dito, bro, si Miss Carmel, no? Sabi niya, yun pala, so sinasabi mo kasi from person to person, parang there's no one best hardware wallet. Pero for newbie daw, what can be the most flexible? Possibly, ano to, may kinalaman sa UI UX to. User interface, user experience. Ano daw yung medyo madaling i-navigate for beginners? Because sabi ko nga ako din, honestly, no, when I talk to people around, I tell them that yes, safe gumamit ng hardware wallet, but there's a huge curve, learning curve that you need to go kasi yun nga, sabi nga natin kanina, sa Lazada, mamaya may nagbebenta ng premium wallet at a very low cost. Hindi nila nagigets agad yun. Ang naiisip lang nila, hardware wallet. So pag nakita nila mas mura, tendency is you buy it. But then, yun nga, sinasabi natin, ganun lang kaano yun. So pagbili pa lang yun. What more when you started using it? That's why I think this is a very good question. Ano raw ba yung flexible wallet na easy to use for beginner? Particularly pertaining to the user interface or user experience. Meron ka bang recommended?
Right.
Probably this is opinion naman to eh. So wala namang walang right or wrong to.
All right. Thank you, Carmel, for the follow-up question. Kung ease of use, ease of navigation, well, the brands talaga, their entry-level wallets will fit the description. So, these are your Ledger Nano S. Basically, dalawa lang for me yung sobrang dali ng interface currently. Ledger Nano S and your Trezor 1. So, it's really simple to use the device. Ano lang siya, it will prompt you to click to click to agree, click to the next steps, click to the next steps. Both the wallets have a mobile app that you'll install na maganda yung interface, madaling basahin. It's not ano naman. When we talk about it might be daunting and the technology behind it, but once you use the device, there's a learning curve. But the instructions are quite clear. The instructions that we will be given along with the items will be quite clear and straightforward. So turn on the wallet, write down your seed phrase, and then just pick and download the certain apps or cryptocurrency apps that will serve as portals to the cryptocurrencies that you want to store. Pero ayun nga din, to tackle further kasi kailangan nating malaman what are the coins that you will be storing in the wallets. It's not, ano naman, pagdating dun sa dalawa, the interface won't be the problem, but the support for the cryptocurrency that you want to store would be a different
Probably
conversation.
limited. Oo,
Mm,
probably limited lang yung pwede niyang i-hold, no, pag doon ka. Kasi it's a bit cheaper than the others, no?
right.
Correct, correct. Thank you, Mike, for your answer to that question. Medyo ano no, maganda yung conversation natin. Mag-iisang oras na pala tayo and we are still being watched by more than 15 people live right now via musaijan.io. Siguro later we will type on the comment section the recommended wallet by Mike as he mentioned earlier for the wallet that is easy to use or navigate for beginners. Thank you very much. So yun. Uh, yes. That's it, I guess.
So
Thank you
Mike,
guys. Thank you for having
if
me. Right.
no, if let's say if they wanted to know more, how can they get in touch with you or find out more about CoinVault?
So guys, get in touch with us through our socials. We have a website www.coinvaultph.com, our Facebook CoinVaultPH, Instagram at CoinVaultPH. We have a Twitter or X, should or should I say? We're available in Lazada and Shopee. Chat us. Our customer service representatives will be there with you shortly. We pride ourselves with quick responses to customers. Naman. So reach us through our socials. If you have any questions, we apart from of course providing everyone with access to hardware wallets, we really love regarding technology and then the safety. So we want to be a presence that moves everyone closer to more secure investing habits in Web3. So thank you. Chat us
All
at
right.
Coinbase.
All right. Thank you very much, Sir Mike. And shameless plugging for all of those na nakikinig, no? For na nanonood. Mr. Mike Biag is also featured in the upcoming book written by, of course, yours truly, the Resistance Trader, Blockchain Navigator's Handbook coming out soon no, in your nearest bookstore. Nandun, sa hard copy ng libro, The Story of Mr. Mike Biag and, of course, Coin Vault PH. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, back to you, Fermin.
Nope. So again, thank you very much, Mike, for taking time from your Saturday evening to share your valuable insights with our viewers. To our
Thank you.
viewers, we trust you have learned a lot. So join us again when we have our succeeding sessions. You already know how to get in touch with Mike and his team if anybody has follow-up questions on wallet security. And Mike, I'm sure your team is going to have to field a bunch of questions because there are going to be questions after hearing what you've said tonight.
Thank you. Keep them coming, guys. We'll be ready to educate.
Right. So yun. Siguro we
Okay.
can wrap this up by thanking Mike, thanking CoinVault PH, and of course, thank you to all those people still watching with us. We have good viewership right now. Di tayo bumababa ng ng 15 people no in the live right now. Thank you very much, guys. Medyo sikat yung natin, yung guest natin yan, Mr. Mike Biag. All right. So, thank you. And of course, we'll see you again next time, I guess. See ya.
Okay. Bye. Thank you.
Guys,